Hi guys, welcome to another quick tutorial. So Tracie Callaghan from the group, thanks Tracie, has sent me through some raw landscape shots that she's captured and looking at editing. Now she's got some beautiful photos in here. I love the root system on this one. There's a couple of fogs over the dam, beautiful sweeping layout of a bay with a sailing boat, wonderful sunset pictures from behind the trees, a bit of sun flare with the beautifully framed sunrise or sunset. I'd say it's a sunrise actually, judging by the fog coming off the ground. You don't normally see mist and fog in the afternoon, so I dare say I'm wrong in saying these were sunsets. I dare say they're sunrise. Kudos to you, Tracie, getting up at that time of morning. But let's have a look at some of these shots here and see what we can do with them. So today is all about raw, and you guys also wanted me to do a monochrome edit in raw, so I'm only looking at what I can do with a black and white shot. I'm loving these sunrise shots, but I'm thinking best to leave those in colour. So we're looking at working in a black and white. So I'm either looking at going with one of these fog shots or this root system with the sun coming through the tree there. Tell you what, let's open that one and let's see what we can do with it. So I've got my Photoshop open here in the background. Let's drag this over and it'll open up in RAW. And now Tracie shoots with a D90, so you can, so that when that opens you can see up the top there it's a Nikon D90. Not sure on what lens, trying to work out how we can work that out. No. Anyway, so it was shot with a D90. Let's see what we can do with this one. Right, so we've got a lot of contrasting details down here, but we've lost a lot in the sky. So the first thing I might do is I might actually check the dynamic range of the D90 by adjusting up the recovery all the way and see how much we get back in that bright, which you can see it's up in the histogram. It is all lost. So clipping there, drag it back. I'm not actually going to gain anything with that recovery slider. So unfortunately that's all lost detail up there. We'll see what we can do about that. I've got some shadows in there, some blacks, which you can see it's in the it's only clipping a little bit in here, little blues in there. So if we bring that fill light up, we can bring back quite a bit of that detail. In fact, I'm going to do that. I'm going to boost that recovery right up, boost my clarity right up, and then I'll lower my brightness. So I've basically just brought out all that detail out in there, probably a little bit too much, and I think that's pretty good there. And just boost that contrast a bit. Too much clarity, I think. Let's boost up some vibrance. Now the beauty about when you're working in monochrome, when you're processing your raw file, is you can go OTT with the colours. Like these greens and yellows are really, well, they're horrendous with what I've just done, bumping up that vibrance, you see. But when you're talking monochrome, all you're looking for is the shadows and the luminosity and how you get the contrast between the shadows and the lights. So let's have a look. Pretty happy with our exposure. It's a perfect opportunity to bracket a shot for HDR in here. You could expose one shot for the sky, another shot for the root system, all doing on a tripod without moving the camera, of course, and then would have been simple, two raw, quick gradient mask, and you've got them perfectly blended. And you would have a perfect exposure in the sky with the sun peeking through, and great exposure for the roots. Just going to bring back some of that because I am recovering with that, some of these trees back here. Some of that detail isn't lost. I'm just going to, it's a little bit green, let's bump that up. I want to see how it looks with a bit of warmth. I'll lose a bit of detail, keep it nice and cool. Right, so I'm starting to be happy with how that's looking in terms of exposure. I can see we've got a little bit of noise in there. Is that a rope hanging from the tree? Looks like it is. Looks like kids are swinging here. Maybe this is the edge of a riverbank through here to camera right, I would say, Tracie. Alright. White balance tool, color sampler tool, targeted adjustment tool. I'm going to bring that out. Look, I'm not going to crop it. I'm happy with the shot in terms of the composition of the shot with the route leading up to this sunset. That's why I really would have loved to have seen more detail in this sky with these leading lines. So we are going to do something with that. Don't need to straighten up. I'm happy with the straighten. Don't need to do any spot removal. Red on them. I'm going to bring out the adjustment brush. I'm just going to brush through here. So I'm just lowering the exposure here in some of these areas, just to bring back, it's almost like a dodge and burn effect. So I know I brought out some of this detail, but I just want to bring some of that back. And now we'll go to new, and just bump that up just a little bit, and just bring out a little bit more than that. So I'm just brushing over some of these highlights, just clicking where I think there should be some highlights here. So if I show you where the mask is, you can see, if I turn that mask back off, I can really bump those areas up if I wanted to. Alright, happy with how that's looking. I am going to add a gradient in here and just bring that down. Just because I want to darken those trees through there. Bring that down just a little bit more. Yep, that's good. Let's go for a new. I am going to do another one from the bottom. Bring that all the way up. And here we go. So here I'm going to bump up that clarity. Just bring that down a little bit more actually. Just bump up that clarity. I'm not going to lower that exposure that high. Why am I doing this? I'm just trying to bring out a little bit more detail in these root systems and really make it pop. Yeah, happy with that. And let's see how we're looking. Alright, so pretty happy with how much detail we've got going back through here. Nice little curves. Actually doesn't need too much. Bump that up a bit because I like where that was at. And there we go. It's a bit of a, it's not quite the sort of curve, S-curve you would create, but it's just because of the, I think it's because of the mismatch of the exposures between there's not too much I can do up the top region up here because of the blown out sky. So, anyway. Hold down my Alt key and start to see how that's going to look as a black and white. I'll do that. Bring out some of the detail there. No, that's too much. No, I think this is going to work actually. Now, as I said, I could see there was a little bit of noise in here, by the looks of it. If you zoom right in, just going to, not too much, but it's just a little bit grainy for my liking. Which probably will look alright once it's converted to black and white. I'm actually going to try and mask that out. So let's see, spot healing. I didn't like any of that. I'm going to take them all out. Delete. Let's leave the rope in there. It's not quite like the spot healing brush you have in Photoshop. So anyway, let's have a look. Anyway, let's go. So we're going to convert to grayscale now. Alright, so this is your default auto. Let's see what each one of these does. Reds, no reds in there. Can't see any adjustment in there at all. Oranges starts to bring out a little bit more. Yellows will be the trees. No aquas, no blues, no purples, no magentas. So it's basically all yellow. Imagining it. It's starting to take shape now. Right. Now I'm going to do a bit of lens correction in here, but only because I want to add some vignetting. Vignetting. Anyway, that's how it is. Let's actually save that and save in the same location. Just make it a. I was going to save that straight as a JPEG. On high, save. Alright, so I can upload that straight as it is. Alright, so that's my black and white edit of this picture in Camera Raw. If I wanted to now, I could go back and I could do some more dodging and burning. Just to bring back some of those areas. That was too much. Too much, she cried. So this is dodging and burning the Camera Raw way, guys. See, there we go. I actually prefer that a little bit better than what it was before. So, original, just turn that clipping off, and edited. Original, edited for black and white. Let's just resave that now. Okay, alright, so let's open this in Photoshop. Now, I've done my raw monochrome conversion for you guys, so you can see what I've done. I'm not going to take that away from you. I'm just looking to see how good of a job I did, really. Let's have a look. I'm not a not the biggest fan, honestly, but you know what? It's not too bad. All right, but let's try something. Grab my magic wand tool and we'll just hold down the shift key and we'll just make some random selections. Oops, what happened there? I must have clicked off the screen by accident. Actually, let's go Control D. Let's go select. Let's duplicate, rasterize, threshold. Control Alt Shift E, delete that threshold layer, grab my paintbrush, set that to medium, and we'll just brush over here. Fairly happy with that. So these are pure white now. Select color, black and white, color range, okay. Drag that fuzziness up. Let's go path, make new path. So this is making a selection and now I'm actually saving that selection. And rename that path. Now the reason why I rename it is because work path is always the selection and the path that you're working in. Alright, so if I rename that now, if I went to do a new work path, it wouldn't override that, whereas if I left it as a work path and I went and saved and I went and created a new work path, it would override my last one. So that's the only reason why I did it. Alright, so don't worry about how that looks because it's just because my path's selected. Let's go make selection. Okay. So now I'm reselecting it. What do you reckon we should do in here to replace this sky? Do you reckon we need clouds? Do you reckon it needs the stars? It's got the sun flare up there still, doesn't it, in the tree trunk after we make that selection. So I'm thinking alright. You know what we need? We need some clouds, I think. Some clouds images. I'm just going to do this quickly. Images for clouds. What looks good? What looks good? Kind of liking these ones actually. Save image as clouds, desktop, save, file, place. Find those clouds, desktop, clouds, where are you, clouds? There we go, clouds, place, oops, small. How does that look? Not too much of a fan, really. Not a fan at all. Maybe if I go levels, boost it. You know why? Transform perspective. So let's grab that brush X 50%, so we're making it black. Let's make sure it's soft. Oops. guess we're going to leave that sky blown out. I could brush that whole thing in if I really wanted to, and then just go make a selection of that tree there. Leave the tree in, but I think we'll just leave it as it was. What do you think, guys? Anyway, thought I'd just have a bit of a play, a bit of an experiment, but I just think with these trees in the background here, I think just too much has been lost. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little black and white raw conversion, and thanks for watching. This is John signing up, Tracie's Productions. Bye.